Peter McGough with MD. I'm here with Jon Delarosa to my right and Justin Compton to my left, two of the main contenders for tomorrow's show. First of all, Jon, this is your third year as a pro. What's your ambitions for this show? You went to this show. Were you going to do Brazil first of all?
Yeah, it was kind of last minute. My coach Chris Aceto and I felt we were in good shape. We thought we would do well here, so figured give it a I don't want to say a dry run, but give it a shot and see what we can do for Brazil to make things better. And we feel pretty confident with the package we're bringing here. So my goals for this show is just to do well. I mean, we got a lot of great contenders. Justin Compton looks incredible. Lloyd Dollar. I mean, the list goes on. There's a lot of great guys here. So not to take away from anybody else, but I work hard, just like everybody else, and we came out to win. So.
And how old are you, Jon? 30?
No, I'm 29.
29.
Yeah. Next month, yes.
Yeah. Right, Justin, you're a bit younger. You're what, 26?
I'm still 25.
Still 25.
I'll be 26 next month.
And you've had a meteoric career. You were first in the heavyweights at the Nationals in 2012, fifth in your pro debut. You've always had the condition. The hit was that maybe you didn't have the legs, but from what we've just seen lately.
I think the size has been the issue when I was in Chicago. The four guys that beat me there were all relatively within an inch or two the same height, and all of them were over 250. But this year, that was my focus. Is I know I can get in shape. I just needed more size, so I'm sitting at about 240 for the record for everybody, about 245, 247 right now. Probably come down a couple more pounds for tomorrow. So hopefully the 15 pounds I can kind of close things in a little bit with that.
So you're in Sterling, Kentucky, is that right?
I actually live in Winchester, Kentucky right now. Maybe making a move to Lexington, I'm really not sure. I mean, it's all in the same general area.
Yeah. But you the big guy in the area. There's not Gold's Gym Venice out there.
Yeah, there's I think as far as men's bodybuilding, there's several physique competitors out of Kentucky that are pros, but men's bodybuilding, there's me and there's Tricky Jackson, and Tricky lives in Louisville, which is about 2 hours away. I actually get to make it up and train at his gym from time to time.
Great. Jon, by comparison, you're in the hothouse of bodybuilding. You're with Victor and Juan Morel and Marco Rivera. Tell us about that class.
Yeah, it's good. You get a lot of motivation all the time. I'm always around, great competitors, and not just them. There's, the East Coast Mecca. Bev and Steve have built a gym where everybody goes there. So, whenever you need a good kick in the butt, you just drive out there and, you can see Kai Green, you see everybody. It's a cool experience,
So, Justin, how have you adapted to the pros? I mean, you're getting photo sessions, interviews. I mean, is this what you envisioned even 2 and 3 years ago? Because we've seen pictures of you from 4 or 5 years ago where you were not this, and now you've mushroomed. So, I mean, you've really come on a bomb.
3 years ago, I would have probably said, no, I would not be standing here today. Just being realistic with myself back then. But, I won my first overall in 2010, and I wanted to pursue the junior levels and finish second there. At that point, I really wanted to pursue this as far as I could. I thought I had the genetics and the potential to take it. So, I just, every year I've had a pretty good off season, just kept growing and growing. And, I want to keep continuing doing that every year.
Great. Jon, what should we expect from you tomorrow in relation to your last contest? What improvements should we be looking for?
Well, I'll be about 20 pounds heavier. Right now, we're about 20 pounds heavier than I was.
So what would that put you at?
I'm 240 this morning. So, if I drop a few pounds of water, which I don't have much to lose at this point, thinking 237, 238.
And is that gain all round, or is it any particular places?
Yeah, no, I gained it all around. I like my shape. I like, everything I had, just building on that and competing against guys like Justin, So that was the game plan. Chris and I, we feel like we nailed it on the head, and, it'd be a good showing, and especially going into Brazil, it'll be good momentum. So.
But no gain on the waist?
No, my waist is still tiny.
Justin, describe your physique today against the one that finished 5th in Chicago.
I think, I did my own prep this year. I started my diet at 10 weeks out, and I did things a little bit differently this year than what I normally do. I mean, there'd be days I'd wake up that, I think I want to be doing a higher carb day, and I'll do lower. I changed it based on how I felt, how I was looking that day, and I ended up getting away with doing a whole lot less cardio this year. The last 2 or 3 weeks I've done 30 minutes like about 4 days a week. So it's been literally half of what my normal is. So I think with that being said, you'll probably see a really significant difference in my legs, with the less cardio. But overall, I think, the 15 pounds, it's pretty evenly distributed. My waistline, I think, is going to be just the same as it was, if not maybe a little better in Chicago, because I haven't quite had to carb up as heavy because I stayed full throughout the whole prep. So it's going to keep my stomach in and my waist smaller.
Right. Last question, gentlemen. Who's going to win, John?
The best man's going to win tomorrow.
Who's going to win, John?
Well, me and him both. We both trained to win. I'm playing in my head. I'm winning, but just like you said, the best man will win.
Well, good luck to both of you. Shake hands and come out fighting. Thank you, gentlemen.